Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do. As I have said, the first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself. It always seems impossible until it is done. I have always believed exercise is a key not only to physical health but to peace of mind. A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination, but when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity, it is an act of justice. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made, and it can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. We must use time wisely and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. I like friends who have independent minds because they tend to make you see problems from all angles. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Forgiveness liberates the soul. It removes fear. That is why it is such a powerful weapon. There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. One of the things I learned when I was negotiating was that until I changed myself, I could not change others. Your playing small does not serve the world. Who are you not to be great? The greatest glory in living is not in falling, but in rising every time we fall. Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace. Action without vision is only passing time. Vision without action is merely daydreaming, but vision with action can change the world. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice all for the freedom of their people. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. Difficulties break some men but make others. I never lose. I either win or learn. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. Live life as though nobody is watching, and express yourself as though everyone is listening. One of the most difficult things is not to change society, but to change yourself. When people are determined, they can overcome anything. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. In some ways it is easier to be a dissident, for then one is without responsibility. One cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity, it is an act of justice. It is in your hands to make a better world for all who live in it. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. As I have said, the first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself. I learned that to humiliate another person is to make him suffer an unnecessarily cruel fate. Even as a boy, I defeated my opponents without dishonoring them. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. Let your greatness blossom. Where you stand depends on where you sit. I am the captain of my soul. Great peacemakers are all people of integrity, of honesty, but humility. Appearances matter, and remember to smile. Quitting is leading too. It is not where you start, but how high you aim that matters for success. Keep your friends close, and your rivals even closer. You will achieve more in this world through acts of mercy than you will through acts of retribution. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's inspiring others to move beyond it. I am not an optimist, but a great believer of hope. Without language, one cannot talk to people and understand them. One cannot share their hopes and aspirations, grasp their history, appreciate their poetry, or savour their songs. Tread softly, breathe peacefully, laugh hysterically. It is better to lead from behind and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory when nice things occur. You take the front line when there is danger. Then people will appreciate your leadership. It is music and dancing that make me at peace with the world. Money won't create success, the freedom to make it will. Peace is the greatest weapon for development that any person can have. Once a person is determined to help themselves, there is nothing that can stop them. We owe our children, the most vulnerable citizens in any society, a life free from violence and fear. I am the master of my fate and the captain of my destiny. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others.